Everyone thinks that a babysitter should protect and take care of children, but some babysitters leave behind nightmarish memories. Today, I will tell you a chilling babysitter story that took place in the dead of night. Do you dare to listen? A young girl named Lisa worked as a babysitter at night to cover her university expenses. Despite her young age, many families found her reliable. One day, she accepted an offer from a wealthy family who was going out of town. The house was large, luxurious, but also eerily silent. However, Lisa thought she would just be watching over a child for a few hours and took the job. When Lisa arrived, she met little Tommy. Tommy was a very quiet child and kept staring at one particular spot at the top of the stairs. When Lisa called out to him, Tommy only said one thing: "If he comes, you have to hide." Lisa didn't think much of it. Children had vivid imaginations, after all. But as the night went on, things became stranger. After midnight, Lisa started hearing strange noises inside the house. It sounded like someone was whispering, and there were faint tapping sounds coming from inside the walls. When she went to Tommy's room, she realized he was not in his bed. Panicked, she searched the house and found Tommy hiding inside a closet. "He's here. Hide," the boy whispered. Before Lisa could understand what was happening, she heard footsteps coming from downstairs. But these were not the footsteps of a person wearing shoes. It sounded like something with long claws dragging across the floor. Suddenly, the lights went out. Lisa held Tommy tightly and crouched in a corner. Taking a deep breath, she pulled out her phone and turned on the flashlight. At that moment, she saw a tall, pale figure at the end of the hallway. It had no eyes, yet she could feel it staring right at her. Lisa grabbed Tommy and ran toward the front door, but it was locked. Panicking, she searched for the keys as the figure crept closer. At the last moment, she managed to escape through the kitchen window. Neighbors found Lisa outside in shock. When the family returned, she told them everything. But the strangest part was, another babysitter had worked in that house before, and one night, she had mysteriously disappeared. Lisa never worked as a babysitter again. The Jackson family was looking for a babysitter for their 6-year-old daughter, Lily. They found a woman online who introduced herself as Claire and claimed to have a lot of experience in childcare. Trusting her, they gave her the house keys. That night, Claire was supposed to babysit Lily for the first time. On his way home from work, the father had a quick chat with Claire before leaving. She was friendly, but something felt off. Her eyes kept darting around, and she didn't answer questions directly. But the strangest thing was Lily's reaction. When she met Claire, she didn't seem excited or shy. She just stared at her, completely silent. Once the family left, Claire and Lily were alone in the house. But Lily wouldn't speak. She just kept watching her. Finally, in a hushed voice, she asked, "Who are you? You're not Claire." For a moment, the woman didn't know what to say. Lily stood up from her seat and reached for the house phone, trying to dial her mother's number. But before she could, Claire swiftly grabbed the phone from her hands. "You got the number wrong, sweetie. It's just the two of us tonight." But instead of crying or yelling, Lily remained eerily calm. She looked at Claire for a long moment and whispered, "She's coming back, and you're not supposed to be here." The woman felt a chill run down her spine. There was something deeply unsettling about this little girl. She tried to shake off the feeling and walked toward the kitchen. But then, she heard the slow creak of the front door opening. The house was supposed to be locked. Panicked, Claire rushed to the hallway and saw a woman with long black hair stepping silently inside. The woman's eyes were cold and empty as she stared directly at Claire. Lily took the woman's hand and turned to Claire. "The real Claire is here. It's time for you to go." The fake Claire spun around, trying to run, but the front door wouldn't open anymore. She turned to the window and saw a group of people standing outside, staring at her motionlessly. Her breath caught in her throat. As she stepped backward, Lily's voice echoed behind her. I lied to you. You're not going anywhere. That night, when the Jacksons returned home, the front door was open. But inside, there was no Claire. There was no Lily either. Only a disturbing carving on the wall and open mouth, frozen in a silent scream. Megan was a young university student who worked as a babysitter on weekends to earn some extra money. One night, she was hired to babysit a 7-year-old boy named Henry. His family was kind, and their house was in a quiet neighborhood on the outskirts of the city. Before leaving, Henry's parents gave Megan one specific instruction. If Henry wakes up at night, do not talk to him. Just take him back to bed. The warning seemed strange, but Megan just smiled. How can I not talk to a little kid, she thought. But she didn't question it too much. After all, it was just a simple babysitting job, right? At exactly 2:33 a.m., Megan was startled awake by a sound, a faint, muffled whisper. Stepping into the hallway, she noticed Henry's bedroom door was open. The little boy stood in the middle of his room, staring blankly at the floor. Megan slowly approached him. Henry, she whispered. The boy lifted his head, his face completely emotionless. He slowly turned around and walked back to his bed without saying a word. A chill ran down Megan's spine as she remembered the parents' words. If Henry wakes up, do not talk to him. She felt uneasy, but when she saw him lying back down, she quietly left the room. Just before she shut the door, she noticed something. Henry's eyes had never closed. Megan sat back on the couch, unsettled. But barely 30 minutes later, she heard another noise. This time, Henry's door was fully open, and the boy was standing silently in the corner of the living room. But something was wrong. His shadow. It was far too long. It stretched unnaturally across the floor, twisting and curling along the walls. Megan froze in place, feeling her breath catch. Henry slowly tilted his head and smiled. But this wasn't the innocent smile of a child. Whose place will you take tonight? He whispered. Megan's body went cold with fear. She wanted to run, to pick Henry up and put him back in his room. But, as she took a step forward, the boy took a step back. It's your turn now, he murmured. And at that moment, down the hallway, the master bedroom door creaked open. A pair of eyes. But they did not belong to Henry's parents. A pale, withered face peered out. Hollow, pupilless eyes locked onto hers. Long, skeletal fingers stretched out from the doorway. Megan knew she couldn't stay there any longer. She wanted to grab Henry and run, but the boy didn't move. You can't take me, he said in a cold voice. I've already been taken. Megan ran to the front door, fumbling for the keys, but the door wouldn't unlock. The last thing she heard was laughter coming from Henry's room. And then, every light in the house went out. No one knows exactly what happened to Megan that night, or how she escaped. But one thing is certain. When Henry's parents returned the next morning, their son was gone, and they never found him again.